How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and you guys have been asking for this for a while. We are finally working on the Honda today. The K20 is just about as assembled as it's gonna get. It needs a few little things before we drop it in, but that's all stuff that I can easily do if the motor is dropped into the vehicle. But yes, today we are pulling the B20, and just in time, my boy No Lift Shift, man who needs no introduction, has pulled up in his S550. How's it going, No Lift Shift? Miata's for sale. How was Cars and Coffee? Was it good?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was packed.
I was debating on going, but I didn't go to bed till like 4 a.m. So.
You should have gone.
All right. Well, I was debating on going, but anyways, yes. Today we are pulling the B20 out of this. Before we touch it, though, I'm going to wash it because Nate was chopping up his Classic, and he didn't tell me, so all of the metal shavings are all over it. So before I even touch it, I want to pull it out. Pull out the McLaren and clean it. Really quickly though, let me show you guys the current state of the K20. So if you'll enter my house, we have the K20 pretty much 90% assembled. Everything here is hooked up for the most part. This isn't fully bolted in because I need to send it out to go get plumbed. But everything here is pretty much hooked up. The only thing I still have to do is get the wrinkle red on the valve cover here. But all of this, everything, all of the coolant lines, everything seems to be hooked up. So this is pretty much ready to drop in. Like I said, it needs a few minor things, but for the most part, the K20 is good to go. I'm also gonna reseal the oil pan before we do that, but yeah. And this is my current workbench. What me and my buddy Eric actually ended up doing for the K20 is we replaced all of the seals on it. So everywhere where there is an O-ring or a gasket, it's been replaced, like I said, besides the oil pan yet. And then what we also did was we checked the valves to make sure that they are within spec. We did all that, we adjusted everything as we needed to. And now, like I said, the K20 is pretty much ready. All we need for it is clutch, and the transmission is having second gear replaced because when my buddy was installing the LSD, he noticed that a couple teeth were a little chipped, and so he's handling that. But we are able to pull the B20. Let's go get started. Off camera, I'm going to actually sweep all of this up because Nate likes to leave little messes everywhere. So I'm gonna pull this out, wash it all off camera, just because I don't think you guys are really here to watch me wash a 92 Civic. So pull it out, wash it. I'm gonna sweep really quick and then we'll get started. All right, the Honda's in the garage. We got what we need. We needed this to pull out the ball joints and stuff, so we went out really quick. We got a tarp because Brycey boy here is working on Nate's fastback, cutting some shit. And since I just washed the car and got all the metal off of it, I don't want any more on it, so we're gonna hang a tarp if he continues to cut. But we have a few things we need to do first. We need to drain the trans. We don't need to drain the motor. We need to pull out some of the stuff that's in the way. Then we gotta disconnect the harnesses at the strut towers, so that way the harness can come out with the motor. And then we just gotta start loosening up some shit and pull it out. All right, car's in the air. We're gonna go ahead and drain. Should we do the trans first or the coolant system?
I guess coolant's already here.
Okay, we're gonna do the coolant first. There should be a drain at the bottom of the rad. If not, we'll just disconnect one of the hoses and we'll just let it drain out. While he's doing that, I'm gonna disconnect the battery. I don't want him to get shocked in case there's a charge in the cooling system. It's very common. All right, the coolant is successfully drained. We're gonna go ahead and just start blasting a lot of these bolts off. I'm gonna drain the trans in the meantime. Then we're gonna start disconnecting the electrical and all of this fucking bullshit all around the car, and just make sure that the car is pretty much ready to lift out. Then do the mounts, the axles, all the fun stuff, and then pull her out. All right, so everything is coming out slowly. We got the cooling system mostly out. Obviously, we don't have to disconnect these hoses. I don't know if we're pulling the header or if it's coming out with the header. I'll have to wait till my buddy comes here. We disconnected a lot of the electrical, so a lot of that is just free floating now, and it'll come out with the car. I just have to disconnect the mounting points there. Throttle cable is disconnected. We're gonna start pulling the axle nuts, but we gotta pull off the wheels for that. So Brian got his big boy Milwaukee toys out here. How many foot-pounds is this one?
It puts out about 1,400 foot-pounds.
1,400 foot-pounds. This motor here puts out maybe, what, 90? So that is stronger than the Honda motor. So yeah, so we're gonna pop off all this shit. We drained the trans fluid and everything, and it actually looked really clean, surprisingly. So we're just gonna continue. Maybe I'll go get a tripod and we'll just start setting this up. All right, we're gonna go ahead and give this 1,400 foot-pounds a go. Let me get into a good position where we can see. Do you think?
It's gonna be embarrassing if it doesn't break down.
I don't know if it will, but let's try. Here we go. All 14.
You gotta.
We gotta take out the pin, right?
There's no pin. It's punched in. I mean, I guess I'll send it.
All right. Well, let's just see what happens.
Wow.
Wow. Our buddy said breaker bar. No, we just need the Milwaukee Fuel brushless 1,400 foot-pound. This thing is a monster, bro. All right, let's see this one, like butter. Wow. Wow.
What breaker bar?
What breaker bar? We got the breaker bar right there. The future's here. All right, we're finishing disconnecting the exhaust right now, and then that will be out of the way completely. We didn't necessarily have to disconnect it, but the reason why we are is because when we get the motor out, we don't want to just sit it down on the exhaust. So at least now it'll be sitting on the trans and the oil pan. So I guess that's a little safer. I don't know, but yeah, Brian's down there doing the hard work while I'm sitting up here recording. All right, another minor update. I don't know if I mentioned, but yes, the exhaust is off. We are removing the linkage, which is underneath. We already got one link removed. We already got this axle out and all of this nice and loose. Well, that's just a byproduct of it. We're working on the driver's side axle right now. We just got to remove all of this from the, what is it called? The control arm and the coil fork or whatever. Pretty much we got to loosen up all of this on the control arm so we can pull out the axle. And then we have just a few more little things, and then we can pop the motor out. You having fun, Brian?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you love getting dirty, don't you?
Especially for you.
Oh yeah, get dirty for me. Yeah, so we only have a couple more bolts, and then this axle's ready to pop out. And then I think, like I said, I think it's just a linkage and the mount, and she'll be ready to come right out. No more lame ass B20. What? Oh, you pulled it off of my fucking coilover. When you have power tools, it makes everything so much easier. Watch this. He's gonna blast off this ball joint bolt. Split second. Look at that. Like nothing.
It's right here.
Like nothing. It makes everything so much easier.
Invest in power tools.
Yeah, the moral of the story is go get yourself some power tools. I don't care what brand you get, but this is the Milwaukee's the shit right now. All right, so we just popped the axle off.
This thing too.
This fucking alien hand right there. Yeah, pull that shit out. Put your back into it.
That shit ain't coming out.
I pay you.
What'd you pay me?
Pizza. Now hurry up. All right, Brian, go ahead. Wait. But make it look like you're struggling a little bit. Everyone loves a struggling protagonist.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Go ahead.
But what if I really am struggling?
Well, even more believable. Okay, there you go. Make it. Oh my God, it was so hard. Oh my God. Oh shit. Careful. Wow, that thing weighs a ton. Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, we got the axles out, so now we got the motor mounts, and I think a little bit more shifter linkage, and we're good.
Dude, look at my hands.
Oh shit, you're changing on me. All right, so the motor's just about ready to come out. We got our straps all fastened through it. Hopefully they all stay secured. We just gotta loosen up the last two mounts, and then hopefully that's everything, and it should just pop right out. So I'm gonna pass the camera over here to John.
Oh, can you push towards to the right?
Well, we only need a couple more
You know
minutes.
what, my grinder's getting hot, so that's why I'm gonna stop. Not
Alright.
because you told me, but because my grinder's getting hot.
Okay, all right, we go with that. That's cool with me. Whatever it is, that
We're
gets you
doing
to
good.
stop. I'm
We're
happy.
doing good.
It's about to come out.
Everything's disconnected, right?
Yeah, we're
It
good.
seems like it.
Okay.
Yeah, you're all
Yeah,
Sometimes
disconnected.
valuable, at least Nate's paying for it.
That's fine. Well, they can pay a little extra for you to take a break.
Can I record you saying that?
I don't care. I gotta record too.
I can record.
I
We
gotta.
all gotta make content,
I gotta
right?
make content. It's gotta be quiet.
Hey, can you be a little bit quieter on that jack though? It's kind of annoying.
Okay. I'll give you earplugs.
Jack it up.
Hey,
She's out.
blow in the hose.
Hell
Make
yeah.
sure there's no coolant.
All right, now
You
should definitely
gotta-
move your car.
Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gotta-
yeah, it needs like a
little
couple
more.
inches, but yeah.
Pretty much max it out.
You might need to lower the car.
Nice.
Now we'll roll it back and then we'll lower the jack a bit.
Nice.
Okay, hold this so it doesn't roll.
Well, congratulations. A new engine.
Hooray!
All right, guys, so after a long and hard day of Brian here working, we got the motor out and we're pretty much ready to drop in the K20. I think these mounts have to get cut out, I think, and some other shit. We have to still pull the exhaust and the shifter linkage, but just a lot of little cleanup in here. I was debating on painting the engine bay, but it actually doesn't look that bad. I think just a good thorough wash would make this all look real nice. But yeah, now I just need to go through the rest of it, make sure I'm gonna use what's here, and if I'm not, get the fuck out. The B20 is actually leaving today. It's already loaded up into the CRV. That was a lot of fun to do, sarcastically. I don't know how the hell they're gonna get it out, because they're not gonna have the cherry picker, but they'll figure out a way. I think they have a forklift at the shop, but yeah, I'm trading him the B20 and the trans for a nitrous system. They're gonna already go and plumb it. I gave him the intake manifold already, so when I get that back later this week, hopefully I'll have the nitrous system already plumbed and ready to go, and then we just gotta get the clutch. We got to reinstall the LSD and the gears into the trans, and then we're pretty much good to go. Bolt it all up, slap it in, then it's just wiring, fuel, and all that bullshit. You guys wanted some Honda content. The Honda content is gonna keep on coming until this build is done, and then we're gonna go out and have some fun with the car. That's the most exciting part. Working on it is fun, but there's nothing quite like driving a car that you're slapping together in your garage. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this video. There's literally nothing else we can do at this current moment. We just gotta wait for the parts to roll in, and then we can stop slapping the K20 together and toss it in. I hope you guys did enjoy this. You guys have been asking me for a while to start working on the Honda. I've been waiting to do it. It's not that I didn't want to do it. It's just I needed the parts, and I needed the time to be right to go ahead and pull the motor. I'm not gonna pull the motor if we're not close to putting the new one in. I'm not gonna make a running car a non-running car, if you guys get that. So anyways, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know down in the comments down below. Subscribe to see the build, hit the notification bell, and until next video, peace.